So I was finally called out for the Ice Bucket Challenge, and I'm looking at you, Laura. I'm kind of surprised it took this long because I like to give people a hard time, and I expected a dozen of them to dump ice-cold water on my head by now. Now, ALS, or Lou Gehrig's disease, is a terrible disease that affects about 30,000 people in the United States, along with their families. And I love watching as we get hundreds of thousands of people from across the world to band together for a single cause like this. But I'll be honest, this whole thing has me a little conflicted. I really don't like the idea of wasting water when there are 800 million people without clean drinking water, and I have neighbors who can't take regular showers. And not to take away from ALS, but why aren't we doing this for things like Ebola, leprosy, or cancer? Not to sound mean, but why aren't we doing this for malaria, which affects far more people and is going to kill about 500,000 this year? Or why don't we see more movements like this to raise awareness for human rights issues in China, Burma, or North Korea? Or why aren't we talking about the 30 million victims of sex trafficking and forced labor around the world right now? Or how about the open persecution and genocide of the Yazidi tribe and Christians in Iraq and Syria by the Islamic State? You see, there's a lot of power in social media for movements like this across the world. But we can get swept up in the power of that movement and lose sight of what's going on in the world around us. Now, because I want to see more movements like this happen across the world, I'm going to go through with the Ice Bucket Challenge, but I'm going to do it in a couple of different ways so that I can deal with my own misgivings. First, because I don't want to waste water, I'm going to use the 20 to 25 gallons that I average for a shower and have that dumped on me at the end of my workout today and count that as my daily shower. And secondly, I'm going to give my time and attention to the suffering and genocide in Iraq and Syria with the Christians and the Yazidi because I am more passionately concerned about that. And if you would rather give your money to the humanitarian crisis in Iraq and Syria, we have the ability to do that, so please get in touch with me. Now, if you're curious about what humanitarian situation I'm talking about in Iraq and Syria, I'll post some links in the description for the video and you can learn more there. And remember, I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. P.S. If I tag you on Facebook for this video, consider yourself called out for the challenge. I did the Ice Bucket Challenge earlier today, and we had a problem with the footage, so unfortunately you can't actually see me get hit with 20 gallons of water and 22 pounds of ice. But you can see immediately before and then the aftermath a few seconds afterwards. So that's what will be immediately following this disclaimer.
Before you get started?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Hit the red button again.
I hit the red button again.
All right. Thank you.
That was awesome.